Hello and welcome to Little Kitty, Big City. And this is a game where we are playing as a cat, as you may have guessed from the title and from that title card, I suppose you could say there, with our little cat sitting on the Y of the city. And so this is a game by the developers Double Dagger Studio, a US indie dev team. I think this was made in Unity, and this is their debut game and only game. And it first released last year in 2024 on Xbox, PC and Nintendo Switch, and has literally just released on PlayStation. And here I am playing on PlayStation 5. My original intention was to play this on the Nintendo Switch, but there was, I don't know, there's a common issue I've noticed with Switch is with certain games, the shadows just seem kind of really off and just way too blurry and have quite a poor draw distance. Often you can see shadows kind of beginning to form, you know, not too far away, and unfortunately the Switch version of this game kind of had that, because I was basically testing it on Switch, ready to record, ready to do this playthrough, and yeah, it's kind of bothering me, the shadow issue, especially because this game has such a kind of clean aesthetic and you know, these kind of cartoon graphics that you can kind of see here in this menu screen, and yeah, it just didn't look quite right. And then I noticed, I guess fortuitously, that the game literally just released on PS5. So I thought, well, why not play it on the PS5 instead with perfect shadows? It really is such a shame that there is that issue often with some versions of Switch games. Or no, Switch versions of some games. Is that what I want to say? I'm not really sure why it is, because I feel like this game and many others I've seen are not really graphically intensive. You know, indeed, if you think back to previous consoles like the PS2, the PS3, you know, certainly the PS2, a PS2 type graphically, no, a game that has PS2 graphics, so to speak, should run pretty perfectly on the Switch, and many of those games from that era had perfect shadows within the games. So I don't quite get why they often downgrade the shadows. Maybe, well, I don't know. I suppose I don't know enough about it to know why, and I'm probably going on a bit too much about shadows about this game about a cat. Maybe it's appropriate as we're playing a black cat, but anyway, that's why I'm playing it on PS5. Also because through testing this game, I think I'm gonna love this game. It seems pretty wonderful, just the little bit that I've seen, and I think I'll go into that a little bit more as I begin playing. And so I just really wanted to play the perfect, well, the most optimal version, let's just say that, because everything else looked fantastic on the Switch, don't get me wrong, it looked wonderful. It was just the shadows, and I'm kind of picky about certain things, and shadows is one of them. And so here we are on the PS5, and it was really actually very fortunate. I was just kind of planning to do this playthrough, and then suddenly it released. You know, there's fate for you, I suppose, if fate has anything to do with my gaming. So yeah, we play as a cat, this cute little cat, green eyes, black fur. And what did it say on the PS5 home screen? It said the little blurb under the game was, a peaceful catnap turns into a whimsical adventure. So you can't really ask better than that. And I feel like there's been a few cat games released of late, or over the past 5 years, maybe more. I feel, yeah, maybe over the past 5 years there's been a few cat-themed games. Like, suddenly a lot of developers are like, yeah, let's play as a cat. But this really does look the most promising to me, kind of. I think it's open world, sort of. I'm not quite sure, actually. Maybe semi-open world, and definitely with lots of exploration and just being cat-like. I don't know how much story there'll be. So yeah, I'm going into this pretty blind, but I am definitely excited to find out. But before I do, and before I keep rambling on about shadows and stuff, let's have a look at the options before I get into it. Okay, so we've got language. Nice. Got a few options there. Ah, yes, so we see Japanese there. I think this is set in a Japanese city. Maybe Tokyo? Might make sense it's Tokyo. Oh, I've jumped completely out of those. Okay, so we've got camera center. Ah, so that's rather nice. Got a camera FOV. I think actually the default was pretty nice and generous. But so many more games should have that. I mean, on PC it's way more common, but I feel like every game from an accessibility point of view should have a field of view option, just because it's nice to be able to tweak that. So, you know, kudos to the devs for including that here. Even though they did design the game with actually a pretty nice field of view, which many do not. So I think the music, I'm going to put that up to max. Stereo, yes. Accessibility. Vibration, yes. So nice. Got the little paw. Oh, indeed, my cursor is a little paw. Dialogue, text, yeah, that I think seems fine as is. Oh, wait, did I apply this before? Oh, well, I have now. And that's it. Auto advanced dialogue? No, I don't think so, just in case it goes a little bit fast. I think, yeah, it's all going to be text dialogue. I don't think there's any voice acting. Just sounds and meows. There definitely should be some meows. Yes, I definitely heard some meows in some testing. You gotta have some meows in a cat game, and we're good. So let's go back and let's get ready to play. So I hope you'll join me in the next video as we begin our adventure as this little kitty. Actually, I don't know if he or she or they has a name. I guess we'll find out, and perhaps have to name them ourselves. Anyway, I will see you very soon for some cat adventures. Goodbye for now.